handle's teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When you tip me over, tea comes out. So tip me over and pour me out.
If one wishes to appear as more than just one's hand or a program-generated figure, one must wear the data suit. The data suit also allows for real-time animation, the dream of the cartoonist restricted to individual cell animation.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Look at this.
Hey, come on, what?
Cool things happen when you start the day with Kellogg's Pop-Tarts. So cool, they're hot, so hot. The hot taste of real fruit filling inside and cool frosting on the outside. Real hot, 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 hot. The cool, hot part of this complete breakfast. So cool, they're hot, so hot.
Thank you.
They're cool.
Hey, kids!
Uncle Freddy!
Want some baseball tickets?
Yeah!
Don't we all? Hey, like that Kellogg's Rice Krispie Treat cereal, huh?
Mm-hmm. I bet you can't stop after one bite.
Try me.
Uh-oh. Another Uncle Freddy invention.
Behold, it's my homemade Resisto helmet.
Thinking about marshmallowy taste? Crispy cluster?
You win. I want more.
Part of this complete breakfast. One taste is never enough.
And now, back to the show. After these messages, we'll be right back.
The taste is in the shape of honeycomb. 3 cheers for the honeycomb bunch. For the taste and the shape that the bunch love to munch. Hey, what bunch is better than the taste and the shape of the honeycomb together? Can I get a hey for the honey sweet taste that you get when you punch it to the honeycomb shape? 1 for the taste, 2 for the shape, 3 for the crunch that the honeycomb makes. If you're down with the sound of the honey sweet taste, hey, a box of honeycomb because the taste is in the shape.
The taste is in the shape. Part of this complete breakfast.
Hey, yo, check this out. What do you do when you're offering drugs?
Beat it!
Drug-free's the way to be.
Which is fed from the central plateau, and it runs all the way up to Waikato. That mountain on the left is called Mount Pukeatua, and that is a unique mountain.
Maybe it was the first time you saw your reflection in a hubcap, or the first time you sat in your grandfather's lap in the driveway and pretended to steer. Whatever it was, it began our romance with cars. Something that was meant to get you from point A to point B became almost family, because you trusted what it was, how it was made, and deep down, you still believed that some things would last forever. Isn't it time you felt that way again?
The object of my affection can change.
At GE, we have an idea that could help reduce carbon dioxide emissions. An idea that could save power plants 3 million tons of coal a year and 1 million barrels of oil. GE Energy Choice Lights. If we all change to these lights, we'd conserve our resources, and you could save enough on your electric bill to all but pay for the bulbs. GE Energy Choice. No wonder the light bulb is the symbol for a brilliant idea.
Bill Powers, a great senator.
Well, now, I don't know.
His loving wife.
I found this lint ball on one of the guest towels.
Is America ready for this family? From Norman Lear, the man who brought us the bunkers, comes The Powers That Be, starring John Forsythe, Saturday after the Golden Girls on NBC.
My first day of teaching, and I'm out of antiperspirant. So I used my husband's Suave. Was I in the hot seat? But that Suave kept me cool and dry. And when I found out it's less expensive, I switched. I guess you're never too old to learn a new way to save money.
My hair is so boring.
Why do you say that?
Your hair. Use some wonderful conditioner or something.
I use Suave.
I'm spending all sorts of money and you like Suave.
Oh, you bet.
I promised my wife I'd sell it when we bought the new one. But every time I look at Dad's old Corolla, I remember the first time he brought it home.
Well, what do you think?
He was so proud. He said, these cars are built to last. And he was right.
The Toyota Corolla, over 15 million happy memories and still counting.
Sell Dad's Corolla? Sure, for about $1 million.
We ask people why they switched from Murphy Oil Soap to Pledge Household Cleaner.
There's less work involved in using Pledge.
The Pledge Household Cleaner it does a nice, fast, easy job. It makes the wood look beautiful.
It's been good to my wood, it's been good to my floor.
It's just a smooth, clean feeling.
Dust sticks to residue left by Murphy's on this unwiped surface, but Pledge Household Cleaner doesn't leave a sticky residue, so there's no need to rinse or wipe.
It's gonna be Pledge.
Pledge Household Cleaner gently cleans all your household surfaces beautifully from SC Johnson Wax.
There are 1,000 roads to Rome. There are 1,000 ways to hit a softball, and not one of them is the only correct way. The main purpose of playing softball is to enjoy yourself. And to help you do that, this tape has brought together 5 hitters and a pitcher to discuss many of the generally accepted better ways to get to the top of the softball world. Our first guest is Bill Gaddy, powerful, relentless in the pursuit of perfection, a student of the game. He makes hitting look easy. Rick Shear, physically gifted at 6'5" and 290 pounds. The crusher pretty much boils hitting down to practice. Doug Brown, the whip, a bright new star in slow pitch softball, explains his theory of the art of hitting. Doug Flynn, 11 years a Major League Baseball player. He is transferring his baseball batting skills to the slow pitch game. Dave Elder, for a change of pace, we'll hear how a pitcher tries to thwart the game's biggest sluggers. Don Arndt, the old master. The name says it all in the matter of slow pitch slugging. Each will share with us his year-round, a day of game preparation practice, psychological ploys, and a host of other things that go into becoming a top-flight hitter or pitcher. Bill Gaddy explains his purpose.
Oh, somebody's killing us. Plant man.
Okay, alright. We're doing it. At least, I think we're doing it. We'll know very shortly. So as I've repeatedly lamented, Assassin's Creed Origins always had this weird thing where it wouldn't, OBS couldn't capture, which is kind of odd. Or rather, OBS, the video card did not have the processing overhead to be able to draw all the frames into OBS, so there was no frame to draw, meaning it would drop frames. Even though CPU's not bottlenecked or nothing, it's just a GPU problem, and nothing can be done to solve that. So we'll see. Well, what can be done is typically to put a frame rate cap on something, but that does not work either. Actually, I think if I put it at 45, it was okay. And that's better than console, right? And that's all that matters. Hey, Mr. Nick Mora. Hey. Oh yeah, rad kickflips. I love early 3D tech demos. Actually, I love tech demos of any like basic graphical option. I remember I saw like a because it's so horrible. Usually, it's typically what's meant to be an artistic flourish done by engineers. So they're just like, this is the feature, and we're going to put it against some like crappy dance music, and just dance it around on stage, and that's going to be it. There's never like a subtle flourish applied to any of that stuff. I find that amusing. Hello, Night Raven. Took me a sec. Hello. So yeah, I got all that shit turned on because I'm a thirsty bitch. Hip Moose, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. So here's where it's at. CPU, well, it's loading, so CPU spiking. Video card's at 80%. And not using my RAM. I wanted it to. I'm sure it looks smooth now, but that might change as soon as you get into the world. Yeah, now it's all choppy. Weirdest thing, man. It's fine on my monitor, for whatever that means. Let me try limiting it to... I might just have to play it in 30 FPS when I'm streaming. And that hurts. It hurts me. We all lost our way as soon as we let non-engineers make things usable GUIs. The hell are you fools messing with a system which works? I mean, there are people who say that about GUIs in general. Kickflips, I don't know how deep you are into the engineering scene, but there are people who are still terminal only. Keyboard is the fastest thing. And, like, they're not wrong, but they're also, like, you don't have to be like that about it. Is there anything in this game that'll bring back someone who's been burnt out on the previous games? I can't tell you yet. Because I don't know. First of all, I was all jumbled up about which system to play it on. I was like, oh, 1X, cool. Because it's got 4K and all that shit. This might be fine. It still looks a little stuttery. It's weird. It seems like you need a whole lot of, yeah, I'm really early in the game. But it just seems like you need a whole lot of CPU, or a whole lot of GPU overhead for it to reliably grab a video stream. Which I feel like was not the way. It wasn't the way before. The really crazy thing is if I tab out of the game, like if it's windowed and I tab away from it, solid 60, no matter what. But I guess it probably gets into a different processing mode when it's in the background. I don't know. So I'm gonna throw this one, put this one diplomatic. Chat. Is that like weird and stuttery for you guys, or do you care? Probably don't care. I probably care more than anybody. That guy's gotta shut up. Dude, I'm asking a question.
Move! Move!
I really enjoyed this game and I played it on PC. It runs great on PC. I am not complaining about the performance of it, or the features, or anything like that. It's merely that it exposes a very bizarre bottleneck within OBS, I think. It's not that bad. Just play, dude. Seems fine. I really... I don't know. Like I said, I kind of have a fixation on representing a game properly. Because I don't want somebody to... Well, not that they would, or not that I'm remotely that influential, but it would be a bummer if somebody saw this and they're like, oh, it's not running well, even though it's kind of the case. But it's not the game's fault. That's something that I feel fine. Stuttery, but we can hang. It's fine to watch. Let me try this. Because I think consistency is more important than I see you got it up and running. It could always run. I just have not fixed the initial problem that I was having. So that should be a little more reliable. Looks like it's still skipping a little bit. Who knows what to do, man? Well, fuck it. I'll just leave it at 45. That seemed like a good middle ground. Yeah, it just has something to do with, I guess, how OBS grabs frames now. I feel like it wasn't always this way. It used to be rock solid, undependable. But we've been hitting problems with it at work too. Where it just won't be as viable anymore. Like James will play Overwatch and it'll just I'll mess up on him, or it'll drop frames and shit. F it. Good advice. Do this side quest. Hey, time goes to waste. Pretty good. I'm tired. Jesus, Caged Money. Thank you for the resub. That's a lot of months. 34 months. Where's my dumb horse? Oh, there you are. Hey, buddy. So yeah, it's interesting. Oh, now it's getting stuttery. Alright, it's time to do the thing. I'm gonna play it in PlayStation 2 mode, which means I'll have to restart, but after that, we're gonna be good. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, it used to never be an issue, but what you gonna do? I guess games get better, and the same thing that used to be fine is no longer fine. It's just weird because I thought I configured it to have basically no hardware bottleneck. Is there any other software that can fill the role of OBS much more reliably, or is it not practical to switch? I don't know, Resonator. I've only ever used OBS. Alexandria is the true frame rate test? Oh, I didn't know you go to Alexandria. It's a big fucking glass of wine? Yep, it was a long day. Long day with annoying things. You need a second computer to pipe your gaming computer through. Scode, from what I've heard, no one will say it, but no one contradicts me when I ask if that's the only way. I'm using Studio, Broken Base. It has features that I need, or grown to like. So yes, when it's in Xbox mode, it's not too bad. So whatever, good enough. It'll be pretty when I'm playing it on my own, and it can be smooth when I'm not.
Hello, Thomas.
Oh, that was it. I thought we had a thing. All right, let's go do a side quest. Let me get back into the flow of this game. I'll jump between like different open world games, Yakuza, Zelda, and they all have pretty divergent control schemes. So I'm not going to remember any of the buttons for a minute. Oh, come on, you. Looks like AC1? Yeah, I can see that. I was stoked about this game, but now that I've seen a town, I've changed my mind. This is the beginning town. It's nothing worth judging the game over. The game is beautiful. And apparently it's huge. I haven't seen that myself yet, but people say it's good. I haven't I haven't talked to anybody that's put time into it that said it was bad or underwhelming. Most people say like it's real solid. It got them back into the series, is what I've heard people say. And yeah, Yakuza 6 is about to come out. Missed a keyword? Oh, I did. Shit. Wasn't stoked. Sorry. Boy, I talked a lot, and I did miss a key word. An intensely key word.
Benuku, it is dangerous here. Get on home.
Bayek, you're back?
Where is Chensera?
He wanted to see the skulls in the hyena den, but the hyenas came back. I ran this way. Chensera then over by the tomb.
You are lucky the hyenas didn't chase you. Go back to the village. I will find your brother. What?
Do I have to tell my parents?
Chenzera got you into this. He will have to talk to them. Now go ahead.
I'm gonna hold that shit. I'll save you, buddy. I'm holding it. Oh, it's their other button. Gosh. Speaking of fucking hitting the wrong buttons. This is really early? Yeah, Liam. I haven't put in time into it because of aforementioned, like, tech problems. It's galling to me. And I hope that is as petty and stupid as it sounds, because it is petty and stupid. But it's like, it's frustrating. I threw RAM at it and it didn't fix it. How dare it? There is a new driver, but that would require rebooting my computer, and it's not worth it for that. What I might do is just nudge up some of the settings. It's frustrating because I did an extensive amount of testing to see if there was a particular feature that was particularly murdering my graphics card. Turns out no. Did you turn down the quality? Yeah. I did indeed. I thought it was interesting that they don't really have the codecs in this game, but the next DLC is 100% history based. So I guess they just decided to pop that feature out of the game and have it differently. Do you have VSync enabled? I've tried it both ways. It doesn't have anything to do with VSync. Believe me, all the easy stuff. It has nothing to do with any of them, because I've tried all of them. But hey, man, I could be wrong. Maybe there's just a button I didn't find. So by all means, if you got a tip or a trick, I'll hear it. But I have put a whole lot of time into it. So, did you turn it upside down for Wumbo? I didn't consider Wumbo.
Chancellor, stay there. I'm coming to get you.
Hello, boy.
Is that you? You've come back.
The best thing about this game, the part that stands out in my memory most, was how people would post screenshots on my world map. There were always a ton of areas where bare booby NPCs were. That's the wonderful thing about history. There's always been tits. And people have always loved them. Is All Boy good? I kind of want it on Switch. Looks tight. It is tight. It's a very good Zelda-like. Or more platformy than Zelda. But it's very, very good. I'm in the minority that misses the Desmond story. I thought the Desmond story was great to a point. After AC3, I kind of got over it. Well, and you know, that's also when Desmond left. But, I do miss the real-world aspect. Apparently it's in there somewhere. I remember getting stuck here when we played this as well. Or when we did the gameplay of it. This is exactly where I got stuck. And I don't remember. Oh yeah, there's like just a side door I never saw. Yep, that was it. I remember getting stuck similarly to that in the original Demon's Souls. There was just a stairwell I didn't see and never saw. And I think I got stuck on one of those levels for like 2 hours, just wandering around in circles, swearing that there was nothing to do. And also, Dark Souls is one of those kinds of games where you may not be able to go anywhere. What CPU do you have? Actually, I think I updated my info below with my specs because I've upgraded recently. I have one of those new hex cores, so there's plenty of CPU power, plenty of it. It's yeah, as it's been explained to me on the OBS forums, is that OBS requires a portion of your GPU to construct the scene you see, to layer the visual elements and make a new frame, and you cannot tell OBS where to do that work. It's always the GPU. Which means if your GPU is consumed by a game, it won't have time to put together the frame. It's called a lagged frame. And instead of buffering or anything else, it just doesn't do it. There's no other way. And that seems odd to me, given how feature-intensive OBS is. So, I'm hoping that maybe that's one of the nice things that'll change eventually. Yeah, apparently the Olympics started. I haven't seen any of it yet. You ever see the AC film? Was it as pants as people say? It was fairly pants. It was a movie that, like, hit the minimum requirements to be a movie. But there was a lot of writing that didn't make sense. A lot of story that didn't make sense. It never stopped to ask why you should care about anything. It seemed to be a movie that assumed people would like it.
Are you all right?
That people came into it caring. And which is weird considering it's a unique character, so you don't care or know anything about that character.
It's not enough to get yourself.
And the movie does nothing to tell you about that character or make you like that character.
But it's with Hamilton.
Scode, you're onto something.
I understand. Let's get you out of here.
Inject a DLL and change how it operates. Easy peasy.
What is it?
Thank you, KPS. Dropping those kills per second.
Which way did you get in?
That one. But that's where the hyenas are. Quiet? I want to tell you, well...
What is it, Chancellor?
My first about him. They asked why...
I just don't see the point of loot in a game like this, but whatever. Oh yeah. Sorry, Steph. I left that open because of fish.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just getting cold.
Chancellor, don't feel bad. You have no way of knowing what they would do. Anyone would have done the same thing in your place.
I guess.
Keep close.
Aguilar, yeah. The few things which were relevant to the games, but Aguilar didn't make sense. Yes, I agree. I mean, it did look like they were trying to set up the next plot arc of Assassin's Creed. Like the next real-world plot arc. I think that was the plan. That they would cross over into game territory, those characters, and that their feud would continue, and that you as a game player would be part of it. In the real world, like the modern day sequences. But I think that probably got ditched when the movie wasn't hot and no one cared. Are you gonna come, or do I just have to... Is this not gonna work for you? Oh, 7 a.m. in Finland? Good morning? Did you wake up early, or stay up very late? Oh, Redemption, you didn't... Red Redemption. One thing stopping you was a lack of multiplayer? Shut up. Yeah, multiplayer is actually always really fun in Assassin's Creed. I don't remember. Okay. This is actually a pretty good way to relearn the controls. Is there a lock on? There is. Oh, that's right. I got the fucking overpowered sword. That was kind of interesting. He started attacking his own dog friend when it got poisoned. What? Shield broke me? You don't get to do that. Level 1 hyena? Ow. Forgot how short Shadow of the Colossus is? Yeah. If you don't take your time and just rock that game, you can get through it real quick.
Can I ask you something?
Here's the thing.
Go on.
Could I be a mechanic like one day?
Well, you can start by looking after your brother and not taking him to dangerous places.
A lot of people... It's not a dog. I don't know. Who cares? Doesn't matter. A lot of people don't remember in general how short older games were. Which is also to say, I think a lot of people have weird people's concept of the amount of content that should rightly be in a game has gone way, way up. As it ought to, I suppose. It's not wrong to expect more. But, it gets tough when, like, people say that this game's too short, and I'm like, man, that is like 5 times as long as this game used to be. That's fine, man. That's old Man Yells at Cloud shit. Alright. What we got going on here? Oh, okay, I gotta kill that guy? Yeah, alright. Easy peasy. Along the way, I could at least... I'm gonna bump this game up piecemeal. This'll be our little game. I'll do a thing, and then I'll crank one option up. Because I feel like textures... I can at least do with some better textures, and that shouldn't require... It does require replay. Alright. those rumors about Red Dead 2 are true about tent purchasing, they could just instance you with people that haven't purchased property near each other. Yes, they could. But then it's like, it's still instanced, and there probably has to be a finite amount of those instances so that you can pick the one you need to go to. Or it loads you in with other random people. It like creates a lobby and loads in your tent with a bunch of other people's tents. That's fine too. There are ways to do that, and a lot of games do them that way. Like Destiny kind of does that. Every time you go to the tower, it makes it either makes or enters you into a custom lobby, and you get to see other people's ships and gear and shit. Would be the same with RDR, but the way that it was phrased made it sound like the tents were in the open world, which is that there's a chunk of an open world, and the open world can be really big. It can be really big. But that just means you need an entire lot of just flat ground for tents. So I don't know. I'm not saying that it's like it's a bad idea or they can't do it, or that even is what they're going to do, but it's interesting to think about. It's kind of where I'm at. Alright. Still fairly smooth. Yeah. I forgot I can turn off adaptive anti-aliasing too. Is that still on? I don't remember. Game are you most looking forward to this year? Probably Red Dead. Red Dead 2. Just because, man. Oh, VSync, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Turning on VSync is supposed to help with, like, helping OBS grab frames, but it never seemed to help much with this game. I don't know. People say it helps. I think the idea is that in some games VSync also acts as a frame rate limiter, but this game also has a frame rate limiter. So, I don't know, figure that one out. Does look really cool though. Although it's weird, even in the monitor I can see it just like skip a frame here and there. Oh, whatever. Not worth concerning too much about. Oh yeah, I should probably turn up level of detail too. Who cares? That was the one. Alright. Let's go kill a dude. He beat some guys to death. And he can't do that. It's not fair. Use VSync with triple buffering. Well, that's just, yeah, that's just VSync that's 2 frames behind. That doesn't bother me because these games are kind of built for a high level of input lag. Should have stuck to their guns on the cinematic frame rate. Was that them? I thought that was another... I thought that was like the, Ready at Dawn said that. I don't know. Main character has one damn fine beard. I am blanking on this gentleman's name. I was thinking Siwa, but that's the name of the city. Also, it's right there. Bayek. There we go. Yeah, Bayek's pretty fucking awesome main character. At least so far. You know, I don't know him much. He does seem to very disturbingly go between, like, murderously ragey and congenital. I can't tell if that's just video game writing or if that's meant to be his character's kind of actually weird in that way. How he can go from being like, I am actually going to tear your face in half, and then I'm going to eat what I see under that. I don't care. And then just from there to be like, oh, brother, it's been a long time since I've seen you. You just murdered a man, and you were real mad about it. Now you're all cool. I don't know. Looking forward to seeing Venom. Whatever. I'm not... there are so many delights. This is a common thing I say, so I'm sorry to sound like I repeat myself, but there are so many delights in this world. I don't really look forward to much. Because there's so much to do right now. My brain doesn't even have the bandwidth to be like, oh, what about that other thing? What about that other thing? What about this right in front of you? All the time. I need to get better at tagging with Senu. I think I'm a little too fast. I do like the Senu mechanic. It's a cool replacement for you know, detective vision. I think it gives you enough information to make the stealth interesting. Yeah, you're not Ancient Venom. Bake is the least assassiny after Pyre Guy. Oh, Edward. Yeah, well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is always something I assumed, but never really confirmed. This is before the Assassin Order is formed, right? So you can't be assassiny because there are no assassins, at least in terms of how the game defines it. What's up, chillin'? It's so weird to see, like, this. You know what this reminds me of? I like how he fucking does the gladiator thing. Playing games with high texture. Shut up, dog. I'm talking. Games with high texture resolution and low everything else reminds me of like PC gaming before 2012. Because that's basically what every game was. It was like a really basic engine because PS2s, PS3s couldn't handle post-processing. So it was like basic polygons and really sharp textures stretched over them. This game is the origin of the Assassin Order, hence the name. Yeah, Ultimate McNasty, that was my assumption. Is there a button you hit to go stealth? Shit, it was B. The button was B. I didn't know if I would auto-stealth. I don't think he's set an alarm, or raised an alarm yet, so I might actually be okay. Nope. Wait, you heard? He's gonna find the body. I might have to deal with this.
Huh?
Eh?
What the?
Never mind. Dealt. Revelations was also technically the founding of the Assassins. Yeah, that was like the foundation of the new Assassins, right? The Reformation of the Brotherhood by Altair because they fucking sucked before that. Yeah. Well, it was by Ezio, right? No. Yeah, it was Ezio finding Altair's... What are you doing? Hey, whoa, whoa. You shouldn't have let me find you. That was your fault. I don't know, the ending of that game was fucking great, though. I remember that. That's one of those, like, this is a cool moment type things. Ezio had a huge dick. Yeah, he did. Also, how rare is it... I guess Prince of Persia was kind of the series before that, but how rare is it that you get to tell a story arc over 3 entire games, and don't you dare bring up Mass Effect, because that doesn't count. I always thought that was super cool. The Ubisoft did that twice. You don't often get the money to do that. Hey, Gaisai. Australia was good. It's always good. I really like Australia. Aveline de Grandper deserved a better game. Oh, Aveline? Yeah, I agree. I agree entirely. I thought Unity and Syndicate actually had a lot of cool shit in them that was... As much as I can get burned out on Assassin's Creed, I respect the fuck out of Ubisoft because I can always see ambition in almost all of their games. Like... They have yet to make an Assassin's Creed that doesn't try to do something. And I've noticed that. I don't know that other people have, not that they need to, but it's something that I appreciate. Especially when there's a lot of games... Like, maybe I didn't play enough Mass Effect Andromeda, but boy howdy, at a whiff, that game smacks of just, like, obligation. And I feel so bad, because somebody might hear that it made it, and they're like, no, I love Mass Effect. I'm like, yeah, you might have. I don't know. Maybe it's a creative direction thing. I guess truly I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because I've never worked on a AAA game. I liked Andromeda. I would like to have liked Andromeda. It just seemed like it was going through the motions so much. Seaber's Boy. Once Unity was patched, I personally think it might be one of the best AC games. I thought that for a while, and then I finished it, and I was like, okay, the levels do taper off pretty hard near the end. Like, there's some really smart stuff. Some really, like, good, basic, stealth-based Assassin's Creed shit. And I really liked it. But by the end of the game, the level design didn't really hold that pace, at least not for me. Jeez. You can only tag enemies visually, right? Yeah, I think so. Or rather, you have to There's nothing aside from just looking at them that will tag them. I didn't like Unity's control scheme, and Arno is a boring character. Yeah, I actually have to give it to you there. I was hoping Arno was going to shape up. Like, I was like, there's potential here. And I was really feeling that, but it didn't do much. He got put in some weird positions. Like, there was some cool things he had to confront, but it didn't do much. He was just kind of there. Just kind of did things. So, for a long time, I thought it was shaping up into something pretty cool, but it did not shape up into the thing that I hoped it would shape up into. Anyone remember the plot of Rogue? That's the one I haven't played. And they're going to release it on PC, so I'll just wait for that. Destiny makes it to a third title. It'll be another franchise to carry... Will be another franchise to carry a narrative across 3 generations. Plus, you could technically include WoW in its expansions. I see what you mean. Yes. Yes, Blizzard has done that. You're absolutely right. Multiple times over, in fact. I mean, they've told stories with contiguous characters. Warcraft 1, 2, 3, World of, and then all the expansions, yes, is probably maybe the longest running and most complicated game narrative? I can't think of something more intense than that at the moment. Dynasty Warriors? But that's like vaguely historical, so I don't know if it counts. Yeah. It's been on PC for a while, man. Rogue? Oh, it's just... Oh. I thought they didn't release it on PC. They announced a remaster then. I thought that was the PC version. But... Newborn Psycho, Yakuza. Yes, very good point. They're up to 6 and 7 if you include 0. And same characters whole way through. Yep. I didn't think about that. Is Rogue the one in the Arctic that came out at the very end of the 360? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, how do we get over there? He's high. Bruh. It's been on Steam for years. Well, yeah, I have it on 360 because I bought it for $5 in a sale or some shit. But yeah, I should play that, huh? Metal Gear Solid. Okay, I'll take the Metal Gears. That's been running since like the 80s. I mean, it's truly over at this point, yeah. You saw that shit? Why don't you come over here? See what that was all about. Fuck. What's the whistle button? God, if I hit the wrong thing, I'm dicked. Let me, I was gonna save scum, but I guess you can't in this game. Alright. Okay. Too far?
Damn it. Got away.
Shit. Yeah, that was when they doubled up. It was Rogue and Unity at the same time. Okay, well, I think I can actually break... Yeah, I can break Island across the street here. Alright. Fuck, there's a lot of dudes. There's a lot of dudes. Damn. Alright, we'll go over here. Mafia, but I wouldn't call the third one a good game. That's another game that started with such potential and just kind of fizzled. Alright, asshole. I don't think I can one-shot his dumb head. What? Oh. Why did I catch on fire? Oh, did I stand too close to the, like, brazier thing? Alright. No.
We are a war. They have hit the Arcondas. Hurry.
I'm an assassin. I wonder if I can just drop into the grass and have them lose me. They'll probably run around the gate, right? Let me see if I can be truly stealthy about this shit. Nope, they know. Ah, shit. Fuck. Oh, boy. I mean, I killed him, but you have to, like, requiescat and pace him. Ah. But what if I just chill in here? I think they know. They just know. Also, I don't think that counts as, like, stealth grass? I thought it was pronounced brazier. It might be. That is a word that I have only ever read, never heard pronounced. Goodness.
Any luck?
Shit.
Die, idiot! How much further left?
Please, let me out. My family needs me.
Fuck.
You will pay, corpse!
Oh. Huh. I loved Mafia 3. Love the atmosphere of the story time period. I think it has the coolest soundtrack in almost any game. IMO. It is repetitive, though I agree. I don't mind repetition. Repetition can be fun. Alright. If you go up to those big signals, you can set up a trap on them to keep someone from calling reinforcements. Cool. I think I like Assassin's Creed as much as I do because there hasn't been a zombie mode yet. That's a great point. You have to, again, I feel like Ubisoft doesn't get credit. They are the art house AAA publisher. They put out some weird stuff. And they typically try. They do try. In as much as they want to deliver a unique game. And I think their stabs at service-based games have been really solid too. That being like For Honor, Rainbow Six Siege, The Crew. I should get into The Crew. Nah, only so much time. Wow, wow, wow.
What do you want me to tell you? I know nothing.
Hey?
Hey, wait!
I think the combat system in Origins is slicker than the previous Assassin's Creeds. Yeah, I have yet to see that put to the test in any way.
My family needs me.
I really... Okay, that call-out is happening too often. I will let you out, so you will be quiet. Where are you? You poor bastard. Reinforcing, defending. I don't know.
To tell you, I know nothing.
Who is saying that? Hello, Dan Banana Gaming? No, it sounds like it's over here. Are you? You're alive. Could you? All right. They supported Rainbow Six years after it had a rocky launch. I don't think any other publisher would do that. Yeah, no. I mean, it is. People ditch stuff that doesn't work.
Bayek, is that you? Get me out of here.
Okay, there you go, bud.
They've taken 4 other priests.
Oh, don't say that.
I pray they are all alive.
Man.
Hide right here. When you are certain no one's around, get away from the temple.
Oh, crap. Ugh. You saw, though. Look for cages. Wait till you unlock some of the cool moves. Look for cages. Fuck. Oh. Oh, okay, good. Senu at least can detect where they are. I gotta appreciate that they're also hanging tough with the avian imagery. Delta says the combat is entirely different. It almost felt like it encourages you to avoid stealth. You think? Oh man, it's getting stuttery again. Somehow. Is it just grass? Man, what's doing it? I raised that textures. Shouldn't have done that. I was clearly asking for trouble. It's just so weird too to come from like Syndicate, which gives you like all the tools to zip around everywhere as much as you want. It's basically Batman. But then you go from that to Origins, where you actually have to cross open ground, and it's really hard to without getting seen. Like, if it were Syndicate, I could just zip over there, no problem. No one sees shit. Syndicate was crazy easy because of that. They applied the assassin symbol itself as the underside of an eagle skull. That makes sense. Every assassin's hood has a little beak on it. There's a fucking eagle screech every time you do a leap of faith. They are birds of prey. Like the assassins of nature. Alright, how do I get over there? Where are you looking, bud?
There's something nearby.
Nah, you're cool. Damn it. Fuck. If I beat this guy out. If I beat this guy off, they're gonna see me. Fuck. Hopefully if I can lure him behind this pedestal, they won't be seen. Beat it. What? Why couldn't I get him? He's too high level, maybe? God damn it. That's frustrating. Didn't give me a prompt. What's the... How do you shield bash? There's a way to, yeah? Oh! Oh, boy.
Stay with me.
Alright, well, fine. Time to test the game's system. Can I just murder everybody? They actually do a pretty good job, it seems like, swarming you with dudes. How do you parry? Hey. It's a way to shield break, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there it was, I think. Poison got him eventually. It always does. Shield bash is a skill you need to unlock? Oh, okay. Oh, he's poisoned. There he goes. Just like a good assassin. Parry's an ability you unlock, you can shield break. I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was a default move. I thought they taught you that in the tutorial. Do you have to... No? I'm still confused why it didn't give me the knockout prompt. That one fellow.
Hey, wait.
Just like this guy. Elixir, says, correct me if I'm wrong, Origins runs poorly because they have anti-piracy stuff in the code. That was a rumor that I don't know was ever specifically confirmed by anybody. Naturally, Ubisoft, I'm pretty sure, denied it. It looks really good. I'm okay with it. It makes sense that it would not run perfectly. Oh, surprised I wasn't into Altered Carbon. It's not that I wasn't. It's not that I hated it. I just thought it was rife with a bunch of cyberpunk stereotypes. But it is silly to think that anyone else would care about that or even acknowledge that such a thing exists. That makes sense. I still liked it. I just thought it was corny. The name Ezio Auditore means something like the one who listens to eagles. Also makes sense. Gosh, you don't have to be so verbally abusive. Hey, Barf Pony. Doing good. Ah, I didn't mean to hit that. Alright. Oh, you can barrel roll the eagle. That's pretty cool. Hey. God damn it. Fuck.
We have the edge.
Yeah, it seems like you can just break line of sight and then go... Like, go hide in grass. They also talk about, like...
What are you doing here?
They'll talk about, moving bodies at some point, but I don't think you can.
Bayek, they will kill you if they find you.
At least I haven't found a way to. Oh, shit! I let him free and they just stabbed him to death. Well, hey, whatever, I got my objective. This is that moral ambiguity people like John Marston for so much. They see me? Oh yeah, no, they're still chopping up on that guy. He's actually kind of covering my escape.
Keep the Gideon safe.
Give me a minute. Ugh. You didn't see nothing. Maybe you did. Whoop. Alright. That was pretty cool.
Hey. What? You're finished. On a clean target.
Okay. Archers can still see you.
Alarm! Follow me!
No, don't do that. Don't do that. There's no reason to do that. Oh, he still saw me. God damn it. Well, alright, sure. It's cute that they keep having those verbal callouts to remind you that, no, archers can still hit you. Oh man, that's a lot of dudes. They're so mad. Alright, well, I'll peace out for a sec. I'll be back. I'll be back, other priest. Hey buddy, don't worry about it. Not a problem. Every AC Pro tag is literally just translate bird words into the language of the nation in which the game is set. Why do you think John Marston is not an actual character? Because he's not. It's okay to be a good video game character, which means you're really not a character. I've heard so many words describing John Marston, and none of them are, like, consistent. Because everyone has their own idea of what his character is. His actual character is very stoic, doesn't say much, and it's just whatever you do as the player character. It makes him a good video game character. It makes him Master Chief, it makes him Link, it makes him Geralt, it makes him Adam Jensen. I'm not saying it's a bad character, it's a good fit for the medium. But what's actually said in the game, and what he actually says himself, and not what you do, there's not a whole lot of character there. That's okay. That's okay. I like that. I prefer that. But I guess I should have phrased it a better way. That's typically how it...
Is anyone there?
That's typically my fault.
I wasn't a priest. I'd bash, you know. Is someone there? Damn you all. Is anyone there?
He's so confused.
If I wasn't a priest, I'd bash in all your skulls.
Can fish be gay? Geralt has some character on his own. A bit. So it's weird. Like, in games where you can make decisions or choose things... Oh, I need it. Yeah, LOD is slaughtering the texture detail a bit. They typically do not let the character make decisions with dialogue. Like, they'll express a light opinion. Who do you think is a good video game character with actual personality? The entire cast of GTA 5. So, think about that as a term of, like, contrast. Michael, Franklin, and Trevor have dialogue where they really say things, and backstories that are something more than a generic story archetype. Than, like, man with a mysterious past, doing it for his family. That's not a character. That's a box. And that's fine. Boxes are what you want for video games. But GTA 5, like, Michael has a family. You see that family. He interacts with his family. And that's Loads more than anything you got. When I'm talking about characters on the page than you got in Red Dead. Which doesn't mean it's bad. And I do have a problem with that, but... Of making it clear that I feel pretty fully that the characters like John Marston I feel are superior in games. Mostly because most people can't write. Luckily, people at Rockstar can write, and they write very well. So, it turns out they can do both, and do them very well. Yeah, Max Payne 3. Max Payne in Max Payne 3 is a character. 1 and 2, he was kind of a sort of a cartoony video game character. Fine, too. None of the characters are likable, says Broken Base. After 40 plus hours, they're all kind of obnoxious. I mean, that's true. That's true of a lot of shows, though. Game of Thrones has very few likable characters. In fact, it almost makes it a point to destroy the characters you like. So... I don't know that I'd hold it against GTA 5 for that. I think it's a stylistic thing. Well, I have done a quest, even though it looks like it was still popping my video card kind of hard. I'm going to still push it. Think we'll ever see another Max Payne, or do we even want to see another Max Payne? I would love to see a Rockstar developed Max Payne. Of course. I don't think we'll ever see one. No. I think, the only way I think we'd ever see a Max Payne is if they could make one on the Switch. Lara Croft? That depends on the game. I guess the more recent iteration of Lara Croft is getting there. It's getting there. Clutter, fog, water, volumetric clouds, texture detail. That's what we needed more of. Who needs it? Ambient occlusion is another weird one. Volumetric clouds, I'm sure, are tough. I don't really need anti-aliasing. I'm playing at resolutions that are high enough. It's okay. It's okay. Black teas look really good on you. Yeah, Milt. You know, I thought that too. For a long time, though, largely it's. I thought that was the case because I'm lumpy, and black tends to hide lumps. You don't see the shadowing under the man boobs as much. You don't see the rolls on the side, so it's slimming. That's pretty much why I hold with black teas, but I also feel like they just work on me, my skin tone, what have you. I don't know if Max Payne would work in today's climate. It didn't work in 2013's climate, or whenever that game came out, either. I like that you're putting all this effort to make it look pretty, but I'm still watching on 160p. Yeah, you guys have made it abundantly clear to me multiple times that the content of what's on screen does not matter. So, no, I get it. It's for me. It's a vanity project. It's just the desire to want to play with a machine, to turn the knobs. Black looks good with people with monitor tans and dark hair. Well said. Okay, that doesn't look... That looks pretty smooth still. And a few more stutters, but looks a little more high tech. Dark shirts are also good for sweat, especially if you bike to work. Well said, thank you. You guys just want to hear me talk? Man, that's weird. It's weird. Of all the things I never thought anyone would ever want to do, hearing me talk. What's up, Fat One? I'm so for Red Dead. I love the story of the original. Hopefully it's more of the same in 2. Hopefully. I think, given that there are 2 main characters, and given that they've named those characters, and those characters already have hooks in the world, I think you're going to see something more similar to Grand Theft Auto 5 and the narrative storytelling of Red Dead 2. You're going to see more like actual characters with dialogue and shit. Did you see the news article about the class action lawsuit against Google for Pixel's microphone? Yes. Somebody DM'd that to me. And the way it was described in that article makes perfect sense. Because yes, it's like, man, I must be the most unlucky motherfucker in the world. Oh, what's that? That's some elf girl, some hologram elf girl shit. Because they say like 1% of phones are affected by that issue, but the one I got was. And then every phone I've gotten since then has it. Or it'll crash if I receive a call, and it can't play audio out of the headphone port anymore. So that's cool. But as I have done with this problem, I threw money at that problem and decided to trade into a Pixel 2. Wasn't that bad. I originally wanted to keep the headphone port and save some money, but I guess Ubisoft doesn't want me to do that. Wait. Right! I killed him, but I didn't collect the corpse. You have 2 working Pixel XLs. Well, apparently, well, was it the Pixel X? Or Pixel? Hey, Teresa. There are 2 main characters, I missed that. Who's the other one outside the guy in Dutch's gang? Is it the blonde girl too? No, it's another dude. Like, it's Rockstar, you know. Whatever. I would rather them write good characters than write characters that don't work. No, this is established news, I thought. Yeah, there's the Vanderland guy, and then one other dude that, like, people are like, well, we don't know who he is. The Vanderland guy is the one that has the hook in... It's not a Marston. It's no... Like, as far as I know, it's not someone that was mentioned in Red Dead. I could be wrong, but that is what I recall. He's alive again! Man, fuck off! Maybe he didn't die the first time. Alright, he's super dead. In the middle of a walkway, which was not very smart on my account. But I'll try it. Does he get up if you just, like... This guy's a really good climber. So rip to fuck knees. That's a good name. The one thing that I am a little like, a little sad about Origins is that Bayek can pretty much climb anything. Or they make pretty much everything climbable. It seemed to matter more when you had to plan around specific points of entry or escape. Played any more of Celeste? A bit. Not just tons, but I played more of it. Yeah, I have to go confirm the kill. Yeah, Maythorn was correct. You have to, what is it in this game? No, I was thinking, like, Syndicate, you had to wipe a handkerchief on them and take their blood. Quest might have reset when you change the settings. Oh, that's right. That did happen. Oh, fuck. I never like closed out the quest though. You gotta keep this quiet, buddy. We'll keep this on the down, Liz. Fuck. Shush. You just be quiet. We haven't gotten lost control of this yet. Nope. No, okay, it's getting out of hand. Where are you going? Fuck. Ah, shit. You just had to run, you piece of crap. Alright, well, whatever. Gotta get their dog tags, yeah. God, this lighting, though. It's really good. Did not know that. Do you think they'll split morality this time between the 2 characters rather than keep the honor system like they had with John in the first Red Dead? I like that system, but I feel that it didn't really affect the world as much as they had hoped it would.
So close, so very close to ushering in the perpetual rule of the strong and virtuous. Virtue! What will give us the power of the gods? What is one boy? What is one boy?
Papa?
Oh, it's another flashback now, right? It's kind of weird to have a flashback inside of a like extra-dimensional Requiescat in Pace sequence. That, yeah, I got kind of confused by this because we did the gameplay of it, and that was my first exposure to the start of it. So,
This way I'll get
I think Rockstar has evolved beyond character being good and character being bad. That's what I would read into GTA 5. I mean, they were bad people. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like you were a bad person, so therefore you like murdering people. It was more it was more robust than that, and that's what I'm expecting from Red Dead 2. They're going to be. I'm expecting them to be lawless. That's kind of necessary for a Rockstar game, where you can, you know, ride around and shoot people and steal their shit. A game that enables sociopathic behavior kind of has to have a narrative device that also frames sociopathic behavior.
Let's go on a real hunt.
Turns out.
All right.
Come.
What are we hunting?
The Oracle wants the pelt of an ibex stag for the ceremony.
You will stand next to the Pharaoh, won't you, Violet? You're the Magi. When I'm Magi, I'll stand next to the Pharaoh. You'll never be Magi. You're too scared. That's not true. What about the hyena kid? Shut up.
Enough, you two.
The sand is so hot on my feet.
Sometimes they light on fire. It makes you faster.
I want my feet to light on fire.
Heard there's a cameo in AC Origin with Final Fantasy? Maybe. I know the inverse is true. Final Fantasy was doing a
It is up ahead.
Assassin's Creed event. I think I missed it though.
Hey, your mother's waiting for you.
I'm actually gonna sleep on 15. I think I'm gonna play it again on PC. Which is not the wisest idea, considering I'm having issues streaming this game. But we'll see how it works out.
The pack leader.
Which one is he?
Big, with giant horns. Quiet now.
I mean, if you crank up the textures, it seems to be running okay. It's not so bad. Shadows look kind of shitty, but whatever. I think the only other... There's like a couple of other things that might make it a little better, but... There is a cameo. You could get a weapon, a shield, and a mount. Huh, okay. Ultimate McNasty, you're gonna peace out?
See?
Well, thanks for watching, bro. Hope you have a good night.
I wish I could put 100 arrows on this bow.
Did the benchmark? My computer hated the game at 4K and high. Yeah, that's... I intentionally got a 1440p monitor because I knew that I wasn't gonna... 4K is a bridge too far, I think. Like, it's probably like you gotta SLI some shit, and if you go SLI, then you're looking at a whole raft of other compatibility problems. So, I was like, you know what? Just a notch above 1080p, that's good for me. And I think I can get a harmonious level of hardware where I can still stream and play games and all that shit. But I use a 1 or 2 PC setup for streaming. I use a 1 PC setup, which is some of my problems. Apparently there are just issues that are... You're cool, you're cool. Did you
hurt him?
No.
Shot to the heart. Hardly hurts at all.
Heart?
Let us get that pelt.
I like the GTA 5 story fine, but I didn't think it was groundbreaking outside the character switching. Thought it was the strongest when it was doing social commentary and satire rather than trying to make me care about the characters' social lives. Thought it was okay in that sense. Yeah. So it's weird. Like, the social lives thing is odd. I didn't give a fuck about Michael. I thought he deserved everything he got, and I don't think the story required or asked you to care to feel bad for him, because he's kind of a shithead. He's just a shithead. He's like a never satisfied dickbag. He only feels good when he's like murdering people. So it's like, you're kind of like Trevor, except you can wear a suit. It's kind of how it felt. Franklin, I thought I was interested in, and this is coming from somebody who hasn't actually played the story, which is something else I'd like to do on stream. But Franklin to me was always like, it's like you could do good. You could actually, like, you're a hard worker, you're smart. You could get out of all this. You could, like, get a real job and be real smart. But you just don't have, you were never, like, you don't care about doing the right thing. You're just trying to hustle, I guess, all the time.
I want to shoot an arrow through the sun.
So it was kind of, to me, the way that expressed through his relationships were like, he was trying to get the good girl, right? He was trying to get, and she knew, like, there's something broken in you.
You said you'd like to see the Pharaoh up close.
Yeah.
What if you stand with me by his side? As my son and the future Magi, yes.
Franklin is utterly wasted by the time the game ends. The story just never takes advantage of his potential.
Magi was a protector of the Pharaoh.
That's a bummer to hear. Because he's definitely the most interesting one. Or the most likable one.
Not just protect them.
Franklin is the only character that could be seen as the good guy. Yeah. I mean,
To be Magi one day. You know.
he wasn't abjectly the bad guy. That's the best you can hope for. But he still did kill people and steal and... Well, sort of. I mean, I guess he was a repo guy, but...
I get scared.
He wanted in, and he knew it was like grand theft, and that it would be murdering people.
Hold on.
I liked Broken Michael trying to make shit okay. So yeah, it's like, it's a powerful dragon. It's like, you don't have to like the person or think they're doing the right thing to understand where they're coming from. And Michael's definitely the kind of guy who... He wanted to fix everything. He's like that guy. He wants to fix every problem. And he can't let anything go. And the fixing can't be... Just be a little bit less you. Like, turn it down. And he never does. If only he just gets louder until the problem goes away. That's just his thing.
I will tell you once we are there.
Best GTA character is Woozy Moo from San Andreas.
Not good.
And I was just thinking... San Andreas is actually pretty good. Because, yeah, no, that... People rightfully called out some shit on the podcast, and I was like... I was just kind of thinking about Rockstar protagonists, and I was like, well, CJ was... He had some dialogue, but he was still kind of a John Marston. Like, he would just comment on stuff and leave most of the action up to the player. Like, you think about CJ, you don't think about much. Like, what was actually there as opposed to what you did in San Andreas. Franklin was definitely the best character, and Trevor I liked. A lot of the time felt like he was just over the fucking top at times, although I enjoyed a lot of the points they made about him not pretending to be anything else he's not in a world where everyone pretends and is fake. I mean, that's an interesting take. I mean, for me, it's just he's the psychopath. He's the crazy guy. What you got? Stream decking? What? And a champagne... What is this? Champagne shooter, the bubble butler? Is it a shambong?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
But it's like the plastic version. Because I don't know if... I mean, the amount that Kate and I potentially drink, maybe it should be...
Should be glass so you can reuse it, get it engraved.
Well, it should be plastic to start out with, and then, you know, when we're feeling really fancy, we can buy that.
As I recall, this scene's pretty raunchy. Hello, Wham! I'm a bear. That's pretty classy stuff.
Look at that.
That's
I
cute.
like that it has a robot. That's why I like the robot.
It's a branded shambong. So it's weird to me though. It still seems odd that you would want to bong out some champagne.
Well,
Just seems like
I need to go buy a bottle of fucking champagne. We don't have any in the fridge.
A fan
Like-
sent us some. I could bring home a bottle tomorrow.
Oh.
Nick Shandy, thank you for the Prime sub. Also, Kitchen Carl, thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of like, what are we, peasants? We
Yeah.
don't have bottles of champagne in the fridge. Smile again.
What?
I was trying to see it look like it's
I mean, I've been drinking wine, so maybe that's it. Or maybe I do have something in my teeth.
But I can't tell because it looks like a shadow. But yeah, I think I need to buy the glass one. But I do like this whole bubble butler.
Yes.
I mean, because you can see where it connects. I mean, it doesn't look nearly as fancy.
Oh, yeah, well,
but,
whatever.
You know, this is for like us taking this somewhere. Because you can put it in your purse and shambong on the go.
I guess next time we go to Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, wait. We're going to something, are we?
Yeah, I bought tickets.
Oh, yeah, that's
to,
right.
Yeah, as an LCD sound system.
That's right. We can take our shambongs. Maybe I'll get the glass ones, and then I could also get there's the purse, the Shambi pack, and you open it up and it says classy as fuck.
Of course. Slay the Spire. No kitchen? I don't think I have it.
Just do what I say, please.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that. But yeah, I
These
do
are
like...
sitting in the mailroom.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright. Stuff's gonna be a stream queen soon.
I'm indeed Medjay here.
Not really. I wanted to start...
You should do craft stuff.
I wanted to start doing my cross stitch. The thing is,
Yeah.
I can't do my cross stitch because then Kate will see what I'm making her for her birthday. And I need to finish that project first.
That's a good point.
So she can't see that. But there will be some game ones at some point, you know, when I play a game again. Because I've just been real out of it.
Yeah, how's
for
things are
game
demoralizing.
To give commands to me.
Piece of shit. We don't have time to piss away.
Ow. This is scripted loss, right? As I recall.
We have a stream deck now.
You have a stream deck.
I mean, I feel like what is mine is yours. I mean, I'm gonna set it up so that way it'll just have a beep, 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 beep. Like we're gonna.
Air horns.
I'm gonna put an air horn on it.
They set it up so you can actually use multiple stream decks on the same PC now. So you can have like a
rack.
rack.
It's true.
Yeah.
They did? Okay, cool, because I want to do that for Heroes.
Yeah,
so.
that was actually in the patch notes I saw like in the last couple of days. So.
Yes! Good.
I mean, I haven't tested it, and sometimes Elgato software can be a little touchy, so I'm not going to say that that's like 100% verified, scribed in stone, gonna work, but...
Well, I'm hoping that it does, because I will definitely have plans for Heroes streams with it.
Thank you, Powerful Dragon, for the very elite cheer.
I'm pretty...
God, this music, though.
Pretty stoked for that.
Get into the deck building? This is a deck building game? Or are you talking about a different game? Oh, Slay the Spire. Oh, yeah. Combination of Hearthstone and Darkest Dungeon. I'm not a fan of deck building games. Almost by principle, which is, again, pretentious and stupid. But welcome to being me. Yo, look at that lighting, though. Ubisoft has been writing some of the most amazing game engines, graphic engines, and they don't get their due. This is not even on the highest setting. I mean, all of the settings here might be fine. I think volumetric fog is off, but you don't get lighting like that on skin anywhere. That is so close to looking like real or good enough. Jesus Christ. That looks really good. And also just the colored lighting in an otherwise colored scene. You'll never play Hand of Fate. Somebody talked me into Hand of Fate, though, I think. Somebody said it was really good. Oh. Every time you die, the deck resets. Oh, I see. So it's... Okay. That doesn't bother me so much. Like, building in the randomization into the fact that it's meant to be lost and replayed a bunch kind of clicks in a little bit more. Just imagine another 10 years or so when VR starts really taking off. I think there's a couple of breakthroughs that'll beneficial Ghosts, and I think they're in the next 2 or 3 years. I think like a light headset and wireless. If they can solve the fucking latency problem, and they're getting better, it's like they're chipping away at it. And I think it doesn't require a breakthrough; it just requires work. And I think the work's being done. That's what I feel like. I'm not an electrical engineer, but
has something to explain to you. Would the ibis show him the orb? We believe we need this to enter the vault. This is a waste of time! The boy is frightened. It's all right.
Papa, they need you to tell them about the vault. They need to know how to use this.
As measure, you must have some clue to your legend that explains its use.
I don't know anything about this vault!
So this is weird.
Please leave my son out of this!
In this cutscene, my GPU is getting maxed, and you can see the frame rate starting to fuck up.
He will be discovered quickly.
Why in like an interior room is it maxing my GPU?
The vault isn't open.
Unless the frame rate doesn't apply, or frame rate limiter doesn't apply to cutscenes.
Papa.
I don't know, man. Frame rate is buttery smooth on my monitor for whatever reason. Weird shit. That fire's so good. I guess it's like any other dynamic light source. We've done this stuff. Yeah.
I can get it to you.
Fire textures, yeah. It's all that lighting. There's a lot of dynamic lighting in the open world.
This foolish waste of time.
And ambient occlusion's off, and it's not like they're doing Pixar level light rendering.
I don't know.
We must go now. I will cut the heart from the boy.
No, wait.
He will never know the afterlife.
No, I will tell you. I will tell you.
We're stalling for time. Stop. This is madness. The snake takes that as your answer.
Oh! Running more of the open world than just this room? I suppose. If it were doing the world plus this room, that has all of its... It makes sense that, yeah, in cinematic sequences, they would be much more particular about lighting sources and lighting rendering. So maybe there's a... If I were to speculate...
You were there.
They use a different lighting engine for cutscenes than they do for the gameplay.
You could not even save your own son.
That's pretty cool.
No one. Bayek of nothing. Father to nobody.
And here is your nobody! May the Hidden One greet you. The Lord of the Duat awaits.
His face is gone. So yeah, Pancake, when they went back to hologram sphere plane, frame rate went back up. And now it's back down.
Our hero returns.
For some reason.
You brought joy to Siva.
I should get to Alexandria. I need to see Aya.
Don't be in too much of a hurry. Siva will always need its Magi.
But you are the protector here now. I'm always pleased to help.
Come see me when you are certain you are ready to go. We will drink beers to our friendship, huh?
See, it's so odd. This shit's totally weird, right? He just brutally bashed some dude's face in with an orb, screaming at him. Fueled by the rage that he accidentally murdered his own son thanks to this guy's involvement. Like, A+, very deep. I get that maybe in-game time it has been a moment and he's been able to collect himself. But it's weird for him to go from that to, bro, we gotta chug some beers this weekend. Yeah, we do, bro. And then, like, bro 5, and I'm like, you were expelling some demons just then. It seems weird that even in 12 hours later you'd be like, you'd be bonesing it out with your homie. I don't know. That's weird to me. A little weird to me. Hey, Lord War. Why does Ubisoft not understand audio bit rates? All the voice lines sound like they're recorded in a bathroom. I don't know. I'd say it's probably something a little more fundamental than they just pissed out like compressed audio. It's a PC game. They don't give a shit about storage. I think it's probably intentional. I don't know. Then again, it must have been pretty good smashing in that dude's head. Valid point. Didn't consider that. That's good. That's a good point. Actually, the game seems a little chugging in general. Maybe this is just the place I am now. Maybe I went a little too intense on the audio or the graphical options. Who knows? Anyway, it's getting late, so I'm gonna call it there. I wonder. Still, it's vexing me. It's a moth buzzing around my face. I want to swat at it. I want to deliver unto Twitch all the delicious pixels that won't even make it to Twitch because I'm downscaling to 720. So it doesn't even matter. Have you played Killer is Dead or No More Heroes? I played No More Heroes 1 and 2, and I love those games. I haven't played Killer is Dead. I will have to do that. Or you just got bits from me? Oh shit! I didn't see. I'm sorry. I didn't acknowledge them. Oh wait, they haven't landed yet. You finished streaming before my NPM install finished? You were mentioning that. Are you just... Terminal installs are the most boring thing, because you don't even have a bar to see fill up. Do you even have a number? Or is it just installing and you have to wait? Like with a blinking cursor, just to let you know that your machine isn't crashed. Or locked up. One sec. Hey man, do not rush it. I don't require your money to do this. Merely your... Not even your attention, man. I don't ask for anything. I'd be doing this regardless. So, like I said, autosaves. What you gonna do? I have a list of words. It'll say error if there's an error. Okay. So, is this your job? Because, thanks to phones and switches, monitoring like network deployments of very large pieces of software is actually a pretty great thing. At least I would imagine. I've never had a job like that. But I always assumed that being a sysadmin in that way would be great. You know, easily neglecting the fact that if anything breaks, you have to come in no matter what it is or when it is. If you're a good admin, anyway. Well, anyway, that's enough rambling for me. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. You guys are the real MVPs. Oh, not yet. Not yet. There's always time. Life is long. So you guys are the real heroes, because not only do I get to sit here and play video games, but you sit there and put me on another monitor or laptop or TV or whatever you have. Appreciate that. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, it is. It's over here. Here it is. It's on the grill. I got another one back there. Did you bring up Eli for Dan Mark? Take a picture of it? Over in the phone set?
We do much of this today, and we're coming to you live from Lake Michibuchi here in. I'll just. This is for our Russian fans.
Oh, yes.
Nostradovia, Dadalashkoyevashka, President Bushka, Badalaya Babushka, Yatrukovich.
You say flies open?
Flies open?
Flies open?
Yes. Mrabu Lushkira. Yechik Baku. Katadroskasha. Yeah. Нет. Нет. Пробовал еще ее записано. If you can tell. Amy's here. Christine should be here.
Hey, we can start now. Sorry, she's a woman. Piano, Mr. Piano Man. Probably Tuesday. Tuesday over here, right? Mr. Piano Man. What do you say?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Any new business people guess on that set? What days?
Yeah, we are. I'm sorry, we are. Thank you. Oh, two people?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So how does this move work? How does this move work here anyway? What's the object of this move?
Tuesday, huh?
Yeah.
Wishing's not good enough.
Rare footage of Daigo actually angry. Justin's turtle style. Overcome Rao. Now on the verge of putting Daigo